Get live ideas. So check me out. Check it out. We live. This is live. I want to appreciate everybody who stops by. I want to thank you. You guys are all amazing. I've seen some people waiting. So check me out. Check it out. We live. This is live. I want to appreciate everybody who stopped. I always do that. I always do that. I left it on. Ike Diaz live. I got some real quick information for everybody. If you stop by, make sure you jump in the chat and you say what's up to me. Make sure you hit the likes, to smash the like button for me, for everybody who's here. I appreciate it. I'm not seeing the chat right now, but I'm gonna turn it on. I'll say hi to you in a second. As soon as I see the chat, guys, give me a second, and I'll be at the chat. That way, I can say hello to everybody who supports Ike Diaz Live. Got some really good information for you guys. A lot of people who are starting out on YouTube. The funny thing is, yeah, this is a new channel, but I've been around for a while. I just, like I said, it's been under, it's been under different channels. It wasn't my. This is my real name, Ike Diaz. That's my real name. That's who I really am. Here, I'll turn that on here in a second. It is so funny sometimes when I do these lives. Ike Diaz live. You're live with Ike Diaz. It's so cool to be with you guys. I'm trying to learn how to adjust the camera to make it even out with me. We had a great broadcast last night. It was awesome. The broadcast the day before, I did the 2-pack versus Kill the MC. And I think that somebody got a little mad, but hey, that's part of the game, man. That's part of YouTube. So there's I gave him props. I gave them both props. So if he's gonna get mad and complain to YouTube, that's cool. You know what I mean? I don't really care. That's I thought it was a good broadcast. All I said was go listen to their music. I have 5 reasons to go listen to 2-pack and Kill the MC. 2-pack versus Kill the MC. That's all I said. And then I talked about why he should do it. You know what I mean? So if he wants to get mad and he wants to call YouTube and cause problems, cool, whatever. Shout out to you, Kill the MC. You got great music, but you know, there's no reason for tattletaling, dog. That is so funny. I couldn't believe it when I got the message. When I got the message. Nah, shout out to the homeboy. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. He's doing his lives every day, and he's taking care of his business. You know what I'm saying? We had 8 people waiting, and now we only have 4 watching. What's the deal with that? I need to get you get you back in the chat. Join the chat. I got to share this out to. I forgot I was going to share this to YouTube and to. Am I already screen sharing? Hold on a second. How do I do that? Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't screen share yet. Oh, you big dope. What was I gonna do? Oh, I got to share this out to YouTube and to jump back up to 7 people. Thank you guys, whoever jumped back in. They jump in, they jump out, they jump in, they jump out. I'm like, just stay in the conversation with us. I'm gonna give you the information right here in a few, guys. So listen in. I try to call all around flat because when I was setting up monetization that night, I called him because I was frustrated because I couldn't figure out how to send my phone number to. And you just gotta push the 1 button. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. And my crazy butt, I was so tired when I got home that night, and it said monetize your channel. It kept telling me that. And I said, all right, cool, I'll do it finally. So I was waiting for I got a lot of hours, but I was waiting for it to join to build up even more, you know. But it was time already, and excuse me. I'm just trying to send this out real quick. So that we can get some people to join in with us and say hello. Well, a lot of people come by, but they all sugarfoots. No, I'm just joking. They don't talk as much as they should. So like I said, shout out to the dude. Okay, what was that? I don't know what that was. Something popped up about YouTube, and I was gonna put that in, but I was supposed to share this before we went on, but I get forgetful, guys. I do. But I always make fun of myself because I always say, "Oh, Maurice is live." I think. Wait, she's scheduled for 6, so Maurice will be on right after. Right after, probably I get done. Hopefully, I'm done before she gets on. She's on West Coast time. She lives in LA, so she's an hour behind us. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to Maurice. So back to Ike Diaz live. Thank you all. You guys are all amazing. I know I'm a gorilla, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to it. So words and things don't don't bother me. If you want to know about my skin, it's just vitiligo. You know what I mean? A lot of people have it. I just was blessed with it, and I live with it. And I thank you all that come here and don't even ask about it, because I don't even realize it unless somebody asks about it. It doesn't even click in my brain that I have it. So and once in a while, once in every 100,000 people will say, "Hey, what's wrong with your skin?" And it's a vitiligo. A lot of people have it. But a lot of people go, "Isn't that the Michael Jackson disease?" I don't play Michael Jackson on the jam no more. And Gina got some great information. She was saying that KBLP LLC, you can actually click on the link again from Facebook. It was completely blocked, and now you can click on the link. You can't share it, but you could click on the link. So at least you can click on the link still. So if you want to go to KBLP LLC and check us all out, go check it out. You can check it out from Twitter. You can check it out from Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. It's on everything. iTunes. Download it. Check it out. We got the best. I do the old school. Denise does Encounters. Chris does the Freaks in the Basement. Desiree does Chain. Michelle Auger, she does the prepping, Planet B.O.B., which is awesome. And then we got Zach Morrison, who does the World of Lab Brad, which is really taking off, really exciting. So make sure you check that out. We got a couple new podcasters coming on, so make sure you check out KBLP LLC, sponsored by King Cannabis. I'm thirsty today. Thanks again for joining in, guys. I'm going to do a real quick screen share, I think. What am I going to screen share? What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Jeez. Hold on. I don't even have the page. I don't think I even have the page pulled up. Oh, yeah, it is on. Come on, get in here. If you get in here, if you're here, make sure you hug somebody, put a like on their page, put a comment, let them know you stopped by. Let them know you guys are amazing, part of the family. I hope my internet's holding up today. Sometimes my internet goes out. It's running really slow right now. That's kind of weird. Come on, don't do that. It's like buffering right now, guys. So hold on, just a second. Hold on. It's gonna come together. Oh, jeez. Hold on just a second. Let me get back to this real quick. Ike Diaz live. Stay with me for a second. I'm gonna do some checking real quick to make sure my box didn't turn off. But I'll be right back. Ike Diaz live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna let you know how I got monetized in 24 hours to 48 hours. It was pretty amazing. All around flat kind of helped me because I was really tired that night. But hold on just a second, guys. Ike Diaz live. You're back with the famous, the living legend, Ike Diaz, the living legend, Ike Dog. Anyway, my internet did go out for a second, so I may have lost some of you guys. I apologize. What's weird is when you do these lives, if your internet goes out, it like freezes it and then lets it go back on without having to reset. On this it does. If I do it from my phone, I did realize that it doesn't reset, guys. So it's kind of weird. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. Colorado weather. They're mowing the lawns outside, and it's cold. It's cold outside, and they're mowing. It's crazy. It shouldn't be cold. It's May. Everybody should be in shorts and t-shirts, and everybody's all bundled up like it's winter. That's from them confidence trails that I've been telling you about, guys. Confidence trails from the airplanes. There's one going above our head right now. Okay, so let me come over here real quick and see what window I was talking about. I was going to show you some information. I do have another live I'm going to be doing maybe later tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when. It's really interesting. I got all the information pulled up. I did all the research on it that I could. I'm still looking into it because there's more to add to this other information that I found, and so I'll be doing that. So this is a live and grow too, guys. So hopefully we get some people in here that need subscribers, that need hugs, that need likes, that need comments, that need all the above. One, two, three. That's crazy how how it jumps up and down. I'm gonna stay on here. So before I give you my, I'm trying to wait for all around flat because he was kind of my waiting. He was because I asked him to I called him up and I said, let me use your number. I said, let me use your phone number because I'm trying to set up this YouTube. And he goes, man, I don't want my number tied to it. But I understand because he's going to be setting up his soon. And that would mess it up because I think you can only have one number tied to a what you call it. But I was really tired that night and I was frustrated and I was just like, I just want to get this done and go to bed and do, you know what I'm saying? It was like 1 a.m. on Saturday when it all happened. I just texted him real quick to tell him to give us a call. To give us a call. to call us. We do these lives and we have fun. We have a great time. I have a great time. I have a great time sitting here talking with you guys. The only thing I don't like about this is when I put it on the screen, this screen here. Let me see if I can do this. No, that just makes it bigger. I was trying to see if I could just make it to where you can only see me while I'm doing, or not just see me, but I could see the chat. But I've seen people move this stuff around. I don't know. I have to learn. So here's how it really went down. So I came home. It was Saturday morning, about 1 a.m., and I was sitting here trying to set up the monetization. And I went through my daughter. I used my daughter's number, my son's number, my number, and then I called All Around Flat and I said, "Hey man, can I borrow your number so I can set up this monetization?" This was on a Saturday about 1 in the morning, and All Around said, "Man, I don't want to get that tied to any of the accounts." But then I realized that you can only use one number, so I said, "Okay, cool, dude." And I was kind of rude. I was just upset, and I wasn't, I apologized to him. I said, "My bad, dude. I didn't mean to, be rude about this. I was just, tired, and I was setting this up." So I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you got to use a one. In my head, it finally clicked in. You got to use it's a one. One. My number's long distance, so I put 1720. Because our area code is 720 where I live at, and my son just got up. He's not feeling good. So I put a 1 in front of it, 1720-298-2121. But I actually had called my son because he wasn't here. He was working. And I said, "Man, I need to use your numbers because I'm setting up the monetization and they're going to send you a code." So I put in his number first. I put in his number. It didn't work. All of them got rejected until I used the 1. And I put the 1 in. The reason why I'm telling you this stuff is because my other channel, KBLP LLC, I'll talk to you about a second, but before I get off topic, guys, my other channel that I work with my team, shout out Michelle Auger, Chris Stevens, Desiree Pickett, Denise Harris, Zach Morrison, Steve, so many of you guys I can't. Shout out to all you guys. But anyway, so I put the 1 in front, 1720-298-21. My number. Everybody, if you need to call in 720-298-2121. So anyway, I put my number in. Watch, I'm gonna get some phone calls. If you call, I'm gonna put you on the air right now. I already said if somebody calls while I'm live, I'm gonna put it live on the air. But anyway, so I put it in correctly, 71720, and I put accept. I sent the information in for the monetization. And so I'm thinking, in a month they'll give me a response, maybe 2 months, because it took 3 or 4 months for my other channel. So I'm thinking, a month or two. And I was up till like 5 in the morning that morning. Sometimes I can't sleep. I drink this stuff. So I can't sleep. So I was up to like 5. And so I clicked on one of my videos just to look at it because it was a video I had made the night before just to see how the vocals sounded. And a commercial came on. And I was like, that can't be right. So I let the commercial play, and I went to my video, and I clicked out of it, and then I tried it again, and the commercial didn't play. This was like 4 hours later, right before I went to bed. I was just checking. I was checking my vocals. So I went to bed. I slept for my little 3-4 hours that I sleep. I woke up, and I checked it. I got on there again. I was curious. George, man. Didn't he have a tail? Mandela effect. Now I'll be doing my Mandela effect video too soon. So I checked again and another commercial ran. This was 8 hours later from when I set it up, 8, 9 hours later from when I set it up. And I was tripping. I was like, this can't be. This can't be because it takes some. They haven't sent. I checked my emails, nothing. I checked my YouTube channel, no information. So I was just kind of weirded out about it. I was like, what the heck is all that about? You know what I mean? Like, why are they messing with me? You know what I'm saying? You know how you feel like people mess with you sometimes? Like, it's kind of weird, guys. Here's Potel. I leave this out so I can hear what's going on all around. Right now, you guys are probably hearing they're mowing all the lawns, so I apologize about that. But so I exit out of it. So I checked it again. Nothing came up. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I left I was gone all day to the nighttime. I didn't get home till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And I got on YouTube and I was looking around. I was watching some other videos. And I said, I'm going to check my analytics real quick. And I got to my analytics, and my analytics said, you have been accepted into monetization. So I went back to the videos, and there was already commercials playing on all of my videos. You could check now. All of my videos have commercials. And this was it within 24 to 48 hours, guys. This wasn't months or weeks. Like I got buddies that are still waiting. They're 4 months. And the crazy thing is, this is a flat Earth channel, guys. All my videos are about flat Earth. Basically, I did a couple interviews. You know what I mean? I do a couple interviews here and there. You know what I mean? But this is a FE movement. So if you're here, you're part of the FE movement. A lot of people who listen to me are part of the FE movement, and we got 9 people in the chat. So make sure to comment, guys. There's 8 now. Somebody just left. This is the part of the FE movement, guys. I did my homie Jimmy Abeda, who's every comedian that you know, he's opened up for. And I grew up watching Jimmy Abeda since I was like 10 years old. You know what I mean? And then I started booking him on shows when I became a promoter. So check out that video. It has the most plays. It's leading the way. I got I got to check the retention time and the how many hours on, because that has the most views of all of my videos. So I'm gonna check that out. I think it's getting close. Oh, we went from 9 to 4 just like that. I was talking about FE and then it went to 4. I was talking about FE and then when I started talking about comedy, it went, everybody left. I am available for bookings, guys, so you can reach me at 720-298-2121. My manager will get back with you. I host events. I do comedy. And I'm also a rap star for people who don't know. So make sure to book me in your city. You know what I mean? I come to your town and I rock the house. I bring the party out. You know what I mean? No. But make sure to book me. But I turn your event into a FE movement event also. So I just want to let you know that we bring a crowd of FE people in the FE community. So be on the lookout for that. Every time I look at the screen, my eyes look like this, like I was smoking reefer. I don't even smoke reefer. I don't know. It's always like that. All my videos, I can't hold my eyes open like that, all crazy. Hey, Flat Earth Data, how you doing? Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. I was talking about how I got monetized within 24 hours, man. And this is the Flat Earth channel, and it's crazy, man. And I just the whole thing about it was I came home and I was tired. I didn't want to do nothing. Thank you. Good day to you. Hope your day's going good. Hope your day's going awesome. Yeah, I ended up getting monetized. I wasn't ready to do it yet, but it kept saying monetize, you're ready for monetization. So I went ahead and I went through the steps, and the one thing that kept bothering me was the phone number, and I couldn't get it through. So all around flat, I called him up. I was like, "Let me use your number," and it was late, and I was tired. He was tired. He was like, "No, I can't get it mixed up with that because I got to use it for his own YouTube." So I was like, "Okay, I got you." So I started thinking about it in my head, and I said, "Man, you know what I got to do is I have to put a one in front of it." I put the one in front and went right through. And within 24, they were playing commercials within 3-4 hours, and within 24 to 48 hours, it was monetized, man. But the other thing is, my KBLP LLC channel got turned down twice, but it's because we play music on that. That's why everything's copyrighted. But our commercials that are played go to the people, the musicians, you know. So every song we play goes to the musicians. Every commercial that gets, and on that channel, the commercials play every time, and you can't skip them. So I was doing some activism today also, and real quick about my activism. One of the last two guys I talked to, he said, "Be careful with that flat Earth stuff and stick with your Bible." I said, "I study the Bible every day," and I had told him, read the first book, Genesis, and it'll tell you. It'll tell you. Hey, what's up, Chris? What's going on? I don't know if people saw that popped up on my screen. That's Chris from KBLP LLC. Make sure you go by and check it on speaker.com. What are you doing today, Flat Earth Data? What do you got going on? Nothing much, huh? I'm writing some notes down. I'm gonna be doing a podcast with Coffee House, and I'm trying to get some notes down. He watched a movie called Doom. You remember that movie called Doom? No, you're driving right now. Oh, well, he watched the movie Doom. It came out when I was a kid. I watched it. It's like a 3-hour movie, and he said there's all kinds of information in that movie. You know, so I'm taking notes on that right now. Oh, be careful driving. Thanks for listening, though. Thanks for stopping by. In my last podcast, I gave you a shout out. I was like, "Where's Flat Earth Data been?" We've been getting all these listeners and all these comments and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, "Where's Flat Earth Data?" I miss him. I see you because when I go to other lives, I see you there and I say hello, but then I didn't see you for a while, so I was like, "I'm glad you're doing good," because like I said, I was wondering what the heck was going on. Oh, you got your rent still too. Cool. Yeah, I'm still taking these notes on this Doom movie. I got my little what you call playing right here, and I'm just taking notes on some of the stuff that is playing. Uh, because we're gonna do a live on that movie, and it talks. I guess from what I understand, it talks about flat Earth. It talks about a Messiah. I don't remember the movie. I don't remember what it was about. So, guys, this wasn't real. This wasn't clickbait. I was just telling you my story on how how I got monetized. So everybody, hi Flat Earth Data. I'm glad. Thank you for listening, but I'm gonna finish this little story real quick. It's not clickbait, guys, but I know a lot of people are gonna think it's clickbait. But my whole thing was, I kept building this channel. I keep going live. I keep getting new subscribers. I keep getting new likes, comments from all kinds of different people. People return. Flat Earth Data has been here since the beginning. I think he's been here since my first podcast, I think, right? Flat Earth Data. Yeah. Flat Earth Data has been here since my first podcast as a truth in the truth movement, as a uh, uh, in the FE movement. He's been here. You know, he's one of the ones that's been supporting me, and I appreciate it and I thank him. You know what I mean? I'm so grateful for him, and thanks to Flat Earth Data and All Around Flat and everybody else, that comes around and stays in the chat and supports us. That's the reason I got monetized. You know, so the only the thing I'll give you some things to go off of to get your channel monetized. Just stick to what you believe in. It's I didn't think a flat Earth channel would be monetized. Sorry, I didn't think it would, but it did. It did, and it did it within 24 to 48 hours. So I can't explain that to you. I can't explain that part to you. But the thing I could explain to everybody is I worked hard. I kept doing broadcasts or lives because I can't pre-record. I don't know how to do it since it went to Windows 10. When I was on Windows 7, I was able to pre-record, and then it moved up to Windows 10, so I can't do pre-record. So I do this live. This is me live talking to you. Thanks for saying hi to Flat Earth Data, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So I'll give you some key pointers real quick on how to do it. Make sure that you go to the first thing you want to do is make sure that you find your niche of what you're doing. Go to other channels, whether they're small or big, and start supporting them. And then you'll get support back. That's the first thing you want to do. First thing I did, I still do it. I go to other channels and I listen to their content. I put a like. Sometimes I don't comment. Sometimes I just watch the video and see what they have to say, whether it's a bigger channel, a smaller channel. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At least I'm supporting them watching the video. It's what the way I see it, and I put a like on there. I'm gonna start doing more comments. So that's part of number one. Number two is just keep going live. Like every time you go live, you're building up those hours because you need 4,000 hours. I was at like 14,000 hours, but I was trying to get to like 20,000 before I monetized. That way I knew I had a good following base, but it kept saying monetize. So, I was so tired. I was like, I don't want to see that no more. So I went ahead and monetized. So, yeah. So, what did I say? Yeah. So that'll help start building up your, keep going live. Just keep going live. As many times as you can, guys, get as many. This is number 40 right here. This is vlog 40, and I started December 7th. I started a day before my son's birthday. So December 7th, I did my first video. Flat Earth Data was there. Shout out to Flat Earth Data. You are very cool, man, Flat Earth Data. Thank you for being there. This is my pen, guys. This is what I take my notes with. I love this pen. But anyway, I got these other pens that are really good, but they haven't had any at the dollar store. They're $1 a piece, which they're worth $1. Because I used to buy the packs 10 for $1, and I used to go through them within a couple days because I write so much. But I get these and they last for a long time. Flat Earth, that is awesome. I know I got to finish up here with this. So that's number one. Number two, make sure to go live. Number three is make sure that you're honest and you're you could bring this is what I'm saying here is like flat Earth data all around flat. Everybody who came here, Frankie D, I can name a bunch, Daniel Pratt, all these guys, they just said be honest with your listeners, you know what I mean? So and be, confident. And that's all I've been, so and I just want to talk FE. I want to talk about the FE movement. That's all I want to talk about. That's why I said this is a flat Earth channel, and it's hard to believe it got monetized. But I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I won't take. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Hey, man, I didn't want that because this is FE." No, I'm thankful, guys. I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful. I'm grateful to all the listeners that support, because without the listeners that support me, it wouldn't have made that. I wouldn't have made that far. And I've had bots come in here, and I've been defended by the guys that help me out here that come and support. I had about 10 bots come in one day, maybe 20 bots, I don't know, and they were just going off on me. And and I left it all up for people to see. That way, some of my listeners could go over there and give them a hard time. Shoot, giving me a hard time. I'm over here new trying to put this together, and these guys are giving me a hard time for my movement. And number 4, guys, number 4 is really important. Number 4 is the most important. Is keep up with your listeners, like your subscribers. Like if they're in the chat, it's make sure you respond to all of them. It doesn't matter if they have 1 subscriber or 50,000 subscribers or 300,000 subscribers or a million. Make sure you respond to all of them, even if it takes a week or 2. Respond to them. You know what I mean? I try to respond live so they can hear me. So those are my 4 main reasons on how to get this monetized on YouTube. I'm gonna have to throw a 5th one in there. Don't play no music in the background. You won't get monetized, guys. You won't. I'm just telling you right now. If you play music or movies, you won't get monetized. But I think you can play up to like 30 seconds. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Or 15 seconds or something like that. That might be on KBLP LLC podcast. I think that is, guys. I might be reading a different thing. But don't play no music. I was only doing 4, but that's number 5. Don't play no music in the background. And I'm pretty. Well, I do the music podcast, so on my radio station. So, I do all 60s, 70s, 80s, a little bit of the 90s. So I do mostly the old school stuff, which is really good. I actually was listening to my channel yesterday, and I was sitting there doing my food and stuff like that, and I was like, dang, this is pretty good. I didn't realize how good I was. I'm just joking. It was really good. It's the Jam on KBLP LLC on speaker.com with the R. So make sure you go check that out on Spotify. Ike Diaz. It's the same thing, Ike Diaz. I got an announcement to make. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Ike Dog channel. I mean, there's so many Ike Dog channels that I have. Like I don't even have control of them. There's like probably 10 Ike Dog channels, but I need one channel that I could run. I don't run any of them, and I just need one channel. Hey, Gotham City, what's going on? How you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I just saw you right now. I was just giving my how I got monetized within 24 to 48 hours when other people are waiting 3 to 4 months, and this is a FE channel. You know what I mean? But we're growing live. So everybody make sure that you subscribe to Gotham City Inc. And Gotham City Inc. will subscribe to you guys, man. He's a cool dude, cool person. So make sure you guys hug. We say hug, like, and comment. Flat Earth Data, he's driving right now, so he might not be able to. But I think most of the other people have subscribed to you. If Flat Earth Data, if you get a chance, if you could subscribe to Gotham City Inc., he's a pretty cool dude. And I went by and checked out some of his content. It's pretty great. So, or his page. So we try to now we're doing the hug. We're giving out hugs, not we're not calling it subscribe. Well, his content isn't up, but you can subscribe to his page. We're going live. Make sure that if you're in the chat, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you hug and comment and like everybody's page. You know what I mean? So that way we can support each other. Everybody's amazing. We have 11 people in the chat right now. So make sure everybody supports each other. It's a growing live. I was telling my story on the FE movement, the FE monetization, which I'm still shocked about. I'm still shocked about, but hello to everybody in the chat. You guys are all amazing. You guys are all great. Oh, Dirt Red Gaming, cool, man. I appreciate it. I love what you're doing, fam. Very good way to help. Hey, man, I'm trying to do what I can. It's the FE movement, and I'm just trying to give people information on how to get monetized. It took me a little learning. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you're monetized. I'll go by your channel. This is a hug. You know, we got to give out hugs. So hugs, likes, and comments. So if you can stop by Gotham City, Flat Earth Data, Team FE, they'll all stop by your page too and give you a like and a comment and a hug. We call them hugs. Flat Earth Data 2. You got 2 channels, Flat Earth Data? Make sure to go to Flat Earth Data 2 and give him a hug. I didn't know he had another channel. I think that's him. I'm not for sure. Oh, that is your channel. Cool, man. We got Flat Earth Data 1 and Flat Earth Data 2. I'll give you a wrench here in a second. Make sure and go and subscribe. Okay. I'm going to be having Coffee House here in a second on live with me. So if you guys could hold on just a second, make sure that you give out them hugs and get out the comments and the likes, guys. We got to support each other. I will be by all the new pages in a little bit. Flat Earth Data, I can give you your wrench here. There you go. I just gave you a wrench, Flat Earth Data 2, Flat Earth Data 1 and Flat Earth Data 2. Gotham City, I'm going to give you a wrench too, man. I give out these wrenches, guys, so that you guys could post links in the chat because I need as many links as possible. I know you told me about the porn bomb thing before, and I don't understand. I still don't understand it, but I'll have to learn the hard way, I guess. I'm gonna be getting oh shoot, my brain went haywire for a second. Let me get a Coffee House on here real quick, guys. I'll be right back in just a second. I'm gonna have Coffee House with me. Well, I'm here. I'm just getting him live with me. Straight out. He's from Flint, Michigan, guys. So that if you're listening, Coffee House, jump in the comments so everybody can see who you are. Jeez, if I could spow today, I can't even spow. It's like I'm drunk driving at the wheel. I don't even drink. I haven't drank in 10 years. Stay with me here, guys. Everybody stay with me. Oh yeah, I gotta send it to both coffee house because I don't know which one is the right one. Stay with me, guys. I'm just sending this link out real quick. I'm gonna have coffee house live with me. Flat Earth Data, you got to give me a call. I know you want to get on the air soon, so I'm pretty sure you have my phone number. So make sure you call me because hopefully you'll be on the air with me soon. I remember last time, which one did I hit? I was typing it in still, and he was already live with me. Hold on. Hey man, no, Gotham City is cool, man, and I'll be at your lives when you go live. I just wanted to give you a rant because I want you to post in the. I know you come by, so I want you to post in the comments. I mean, I want you to post whatever links you got, because if you post and you're not a moderator, it goes to spam, man. So, and I don't even get to really see it. So, we're just waiting on Coffee House. He's gonna join in here pretty soon. And like I said, that's your ranch, man. Thank you. And then Dirt Red Gaming. Oh, thank you. You sent some hugs out up to a few. Everybody, make sure you go to. Hey, thanks, Dirt Red Gaming, man. Just come to the channel all the time. There, everybody will give hugs and hugs. Give out hugs, comments, likes. That's what we're doing. It's growing live. I learned it from my homegirl, More Eats. You can check out More Eats. She's gonna be going live here pretty soon. They party over there. They get down. They get down. They get down for a crown. Boy, it's fun over there. So make sure you check out More Eats if you haven't been by there yet. And I think she lives in California, and I think she goes on at 6 tonight. So I think it's gonna work out fine. So I'm just waiting. I just seen Coffee House post a live. So he should be joining me any second now. Anybody else in here, make sure that you go to Flat Earth Data, Gotham City Inc., and Dirt Red Gaming. Make sure you get out some hugs. Because they're here supporting us. So we want to support them as much as possible. You know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean, Vern? Mess them up like that. Do I need to send the link again, Coffee House? Or what's the word? Coffee House. Give me a shout out. Let me know what's up. I sent the link to both. I send it to both all the time. I'm sending the link again through this way, through my phone. Last time I sent it through my phone, it went right through. Make sure you send hugs out, everybody here. Check out everybody's content. Everybody does good. Everybody's awesome.
Oh, okay. Hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering what the deal was because I sent you the link a couple times, dude. I seen you went live with the dude thing, and then I was wondering what happened because I had sent you the links.
Hold on. Let me mute the other one. I'm sorry. I'm not great at this.
I know I'm not great either, but I'm learning little by little.
Is there a volume on this? The other one. Sorry, I'm not great at this.
I know I'm not great either.
Why am I hearing everything twice?
It's just the volume got to be turned down. That's it.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, you got it. You got it.
So yeah, I'm here. I just got done with my day running around.
Oh, that's cool. Gotham City Inc. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, man. You're awesome. I hope you got a couple hugs and likes and comments, man. Or hugs. I keep forgetting that you don't have any. Sorry about that, coffee house.
Oh no.
No, I'm just one of the guys are leaving right now. He has to go.
Oh, okay.
We have 11 people in the chat. We have 11 people, so it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I already did my story on my 24 hours to 48 hours how I got monetized. This is a flat Earth channel. What do you feel about somebody getting monetized within 24 to 48 hours?
What do you mean?
My KBLP LLC channel didn't get podcast. It's a family channel, and it didn't get monetized. It got turned down twice, and I waited like 3 or 4 months the first time, another 3 or 4 months the second time, and it got rejected. And then all of a sudden, I got the FE channel, the FE movement that I'm doing with you and everybody out with all our team, and now I'm monetized.
Well, hey, there you go. I guess that's something that they don't mind. I did a video on Facebook and YouTube and all that. Their censors, one of them turned flat Earth, and he was in the halls preaching flat Earth. So maybe they're being a little bit more lenient on the flat Earthers versus other things.
Yeah, before they put out their message that they're not promoting the FE movement or those other things that are called conspiracy theories. I don't want to say the names.
Yeah.
They were blowing up my videos. And then the day before I did a podcast and I was like, they don't care about flat Earth. You can talk about it all day long.
Yeah, they're fine with it. It's entertainment now.
Yeah, the next day is when they put out the information on not the everything that was going on with it. You know what I mean? So now, like I said,
so you're doing some activism, some volunteerism.
Yeah, I was doing some activism today. I talked to 24 people today, and the story I want to tell you is about the last two guys. They were working for a drug rehab center or something.
Oh, okay, nice.
But they were talking about, first they wanted to talk to me, and they were saying, well, praise God, praise Jesus, and all this stuff. So I started quoting the Bible, which I don't like to do. You know what I mean? I've talked about that before, but I was quoting the Bible. I was giving them, verses and stuff like that.
Right.
And then it turned around and they didn't have nothing to say. They didn't have no verses, no nothing. All they were, you know what I mean? They didn't. But I understand because, I shut down sometimes because I'm like that. I don't have a lot of confidence in because I don't remember all the verses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's as important memorizing the verses as much as memorizing the meaning.
Yeah, definitely.
Because some people get that mistaken when they look at the Bible. They'll say, well, the Bible is the word of God. And
yeah,
they're not understanding that is not true. The Bible is telling you about the word of God. Jesus is the word of God.
Yes.
I mean, they miss that and they gloss over it, but there's verses that'll tell you that Jesus is the word. When God spoke the creation into existence, That was him there.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I told him is you got to pray through Jesus to God. So just what you just said, I told him that. You know what I mean? But so here's the rest of the story. So I started telling him about flat Earth and that how I went into a depression. I'm still in a little bit of depression. You know what I mean? I still haven't completely came out the depression when everything hit me about the FE movement and flat Earth and everything. It still gets me a few times. You know what I mean? I still have a few problems not in my life, but it just slows me down sometimes. Like, I don't want to get up and do stuff anymore. You know, I don't want to get up and do stuff right now. I have that problem, and I need to get out of that. Hey, what's up, Susan or Steve? I don't know which one it is. How you guys doing? But
staying motivated is difficult.
Yeah,
it's an everyday thing. You have to do it every day.
Yeah, but once you understand that the simulation that you were in, that it was just a simulation and nothing is real, that's in the public or in the mainstream, like movies, TV, news. Once you realize that's all a simulation and you step out of it, that's when it hits you. You know what I mean? It's about the FE movement, but it's not about the FE movement. It's more about the lies, like the NASA lies and everything else involved with it.
The great delusion. The great delusion is, that whole Hollywood mystifying everybody, casting getting them into their way of thinking. You think about what they want you to think about all the time. I saw one clip. Well, it was one of the big actors. You haven't researched enough. You haven't looked at enough movies, because all life's answers are in the movies. So they've done so many movies. They've muddied the water so much.
Yeah.
That people their minds are so caught up with too much that they can't focus on just a few things. There's 100 things that they're thinking about.
I gave up the movies and music and everything, man. Like, I watch old cowboy shows, and they still put it in there. I still catch the 33, the 12, all kinds of stuff in there, in these old cowboy shows.
Oh, sure.
But I won't watch the new stuff anymore, man. I just can't do it, dude.
It's in all of it.
Yeah, even because I'm watching like stuff from the 60s. Like, I'll even watch Leave It to Beaver, just to get my mind. And it's in there. It's in there. There's stuff. They're telling me stuff in there. Hey, Cap, come here. I love you. My son was just leaving right now.
Yeah.
But
kids are important.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to come over here and give me a hug, but he was like, "I'm leaving." He knows I got the camera on.
He don't want to get on camera.
He don't want to get on camera, so he's leaving with his girlfriend right now. So I'm like,
if I had my camera on, my son was here, he'd be dancing for everybody, singing along.
Yeah, my kids ain't like that. My kids are real shy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh, my daughter. Well, I was talking to a friend, and I was like, "Hey, man, maybe sometime we can get on a podcast and talk about." He was telling me about the Bundy Ranch scenario, everything that happened there. I'm like, "Dude, you need to talk to me about that online. I can just nod my head and say, yep, as you tell me things." And let other people hear about this, because he's got some good information, inside info on all that. He's been following it.
Man, that sounds like a good story. I know what you're talking. I have an idea what you're talking about. I heard of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Dirt Red Gaming, that's cool. Thanks for and KBLP, Steve or Susan, thanks for sending out that hug and comment to him. Hope you put a like on there too for him. We got Dirt Red Gaming in the house. Dirt Red Gaming, I'm online with Coffee House right now. If you want to say hello to him real quick. He's not in the chat, but he's on live with me right now. We got some people in the chat today. It's pretty cool, man. It's building up. Coffee House, what do you think of that, man?
Well, that's good. I just think I'd like to hear more about that activism that you did.
Oh, okay. I'll get back into it. So,
that stuff interests me. I like watching that. It's good stuff.
Well, I'm just getting out doing it because here's the thing, okay? I've been activism. What these guys are doing, I've been doing for 20 years because I've been in the music business, and you have to go out and talk to the people. You know what I mean? You have to do it. So I've been in the business longer than 20 years. My first tape came out when I was 14 years old. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's been a long time. No, my kids are real shy. Before I finish up with the activism stuff, my kids are real shy because they grew up in the public eye. They were sports stars. You know what I mean? So they don't like to get on anything that I do like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just let them be. I love them and I let them live their life. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, a lot of people, they don't like that. I
yeah,
might have some round tables and get some of my friends in real life together because we talk in person. We'll talk. We're a little bit more free to talk about what we want.
yeah, definitely.
So, well, then you're still getting spied on. You still have phones,
Yeah, it's definitely. Excuse me.
and they can hear from half a mile away if they wanted. All they got to do is point those cone things up. They can zoom in and hear you from blocks away.
That's why I think
In your
that
house, in your house, you're whispering, and they can hear you 2 blocks, 10 blocks away. It's kind of sketchy, I guess. I don't know. I mean, why do we have to be so worried about our government? I wish that they could be a little bit more trustworthy.
definitely. And
People
my
get disappeared, suicided, shots, and then they just lie about it and get away with it.
over and over and over
They,
again.
they hide behind other people. It's like a whole agency needs to be held accountable until there's a full audit of the system, and we get to see what you guys are doing and that you're really stopping this crap. Then they ain't gonna have any trust.
Just like that, he saw Cappy, man, that just got pushed off a bridge or fell off a bridge or what. I don't know what happened.
Oh, Isaac Cappy,
Yeah,
whatever, that guy. Yeah, I saw it.
he saw Cappy.
Yeah, I don't know.
It,
I, I
you
didn't
say
know about him
in
until just
Spanish. In
recently.
Spanish, it's in Spanish. Sorry about interrupting
That's
you.
all right. Go ahead.
It's Isak. Isak. That's
Okay.
how you say it. Isak.
Yeah. Did you hear about him before all this came out?
Uh, I remember like 3 or 4 months ago. I never knew who he was, but I saw him on Pockets of the Future. Pockets of the Future did a video on him like 3 or 4 months ago. That was the only time I had ever heard of him. I'm guessing it's Pockets of the Future. I don't remember, but
He's involved in the QAnon movement,
yeah,
and some other things, and Pizzagate, and I guess I don't know, was naming names on people, and ended up something happened. They got him in something,
that's crazy, man.
and then he knew he was gotten. It looks like from what I'm seeing. I've watched the people that read body language, analyzing his videos and stuff, like how you look to the right or left, and, affirmations and your gestures and things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy. I don't know. I mean,
I didn't want to get wrapped up with that. I kept seeing those come up in my YouTube feeds, but
yeah,
I didn't want to get really wrapped up in that because once you get wrapped up in that, it's another rabbit hole. Remember,
it's a big rabbit hole.
Yeah,
It really is.
I did watch Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
I did watch her video. She was like that day. She was like, "Q, we're taking over," and all kinds of stuff. And she was showing some videos. And she sold the Ku Klux Klan and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, "What the heck?" I hope I don't get an algorithm by saying that word. I didn't mean to say that word. But she showed that, and she said that they're gonna take over. And I was like, "What the heck is going on here? What did I miss?" It actually, I was watching the video, and then the video went to the next one, and it was Roseanne Barr. And I was like, I used to support her because she's from Colorado. You know what I mean? I support Colorado
Yeah.
when I was living in the simulation. You know what I mean? Do you feel like you're still living in the simulation?
I've been out of the Matrix for a while. I was born in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
And when I was born here, we used to be able to buy houses for $1. And my aunt had a whole block of houses, and we would house the homeless. So we was here when the shops and the cars stopped, and there was riots and all the picketing. It was pretty much like a war zone for years. It's idled down a lot. I mean, it's not as bad. We're not making the number one, but that's how I grew up. And then I was in the rich part of town. I went to California.
Yeah.
I went to high school in Palm Springs after being in Flint, Michigan. Very poor to very rich. So I have a lot of both types in my family, I guess. But I don't know if I fit in too well out there. I played a lot of hacky sack. I mean, I did well in school. I just, I dropped out 11th grade. I had to go back. So, yeah, I've been poor all my life. I struggle. I do drywall, I go to college here and there and take some classes. That's expensive.
But you're out of the simulation completely, right?
What simulation, as in plugged into the internet?
No, like the world, the like
the delusion.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the globe. I don't believe in any of the Illuminati. I don't listen to
Micah.
mainstream music. I might throw on the oldies until I hear some devil song, and then I'll turn that down and switch the station to a Christian station until I hear them asking for money, and then I'll have to switch the station. So I listen to a lot. I try to avoid all the commercials because I know there's a lot of subliminalism in them. I don't really watch TV. I may watch a movie or two a month. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and I game. I play Neverwinter.
Yeah.
And I got a guild there. And I've played that for a long time. That gets me out of, I don't go to the bars. I don't like to drink. So yeah, I don't go out to the clubs and do all that stuff.
That's the same thing with me. I don't do anything anymore. Like it's all over. Like I don't believe in any of that stuff no more.
I work, and
yeah.
I go.
Hi, Micah. Hey, Micah. Thank you for stopping by, and Steve, thank you for sending out some hugs to her, and Gotham City. Thanks for commenting on Dirt Red Gaming. You guys are awesome, man. Keep supporting. Stay in the chat. Keep commenting. You guys are doing great. You guys are doing awesome. I appreciate it. And Micah, thanks for stopping by. Micah, August. That's cool. I'll be by your page later. I know I've been by your page already, but I'll come by again and say hello. Ike Diaz, thanks for doing what you do. It's awesome. I will definitely be back. That's cool. Dirt Red Gaming.
Good to see you. Hey, I was talking about the game, and I'm streaming right now, and I put on my title, Volunteerism, hanging out with Ike Diaz Coffee House, right? So volunteerism is what this person taught me about on the game. They're always in the game in the zone chat.
Yeah.
Preaching flat earth every day, all day, and converting people. I got them in my guild. So my guild on the game has activism literally every day for an audience of probably 15,000 people, maybe a few thousand a day that are here.
That is cool, man. That is awesome, man. I didn't know you got that deep into it, man.
Well, I don't do it as much, but I join in the conversations. I have one person that's so active. I invited him into my guild. I believe it's a female. I think she's Muslim, and she's totally trying to expose all this. She watches all the same stuff that most of the flat earthers put out, like Dearth probably, or she's always doing things, posting stuff like, look at this video on YouTube. So she's really into it.
Yeah, that's cool.
But she's the one that taught me that word volunteerism. So what you're doing by going out into the community and probably handing out flyers to people.
I'm actually not doing. I only have business cards right now, so I give out business cards
With some info on it, or just
just the info. It says Flat Earth on there, but it says Ike Diaz. It gives out my phone number. It gives out the YouTube, my Facebook, and my KBLP LLC podcast.
oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that's marketing. See, I took a marketing class in college. I loved marketing. I thought that was interesting because that's everything.
Yeah, but I've been doing the whole thing with this activism. Like I said, I've watched all these other activism guys, and they get burnt out. They do a couple. They do like 2 or 3 activisms, and they're all excited and pumped up. And I'm talking about some bigger YouTubers, and then they won't go online for a month. They'll do like one podcast every couple of weeks or something.
Yeah.
And I don't get it because see, here's the problem. I talked about it before, but Dirt Red Gaming, he said he hit the bell for you, Coffee House, and he said thank you.
Thanks. I think I'm subscribed to his channel too. I'll double check here right now. Let me see. I'm streaming this, but yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
I think I subscribed to him. No, I am now though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he said he hit the bow for you too. So.
Oh, he does Fortnite. Hey, I got a friend that does Fortnite. He's wanting me to help him with some streams.
Yeah.
We're
balling tonight. We got 11 people in the chat, man. Still, we had a couple people leave, but we still got 11 people in the chat. It was 14 a minute ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, so back to this. So these guys go out. There's 4 of them, right, that have been out. They got their Flat Earth 101 banners and everything, right? You know the guys I'm talking about. And they're out doing their activism, and I'm proud of them. I'm watching their videos. I'm like, cool. I've been doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? This is easy. This is easy. And then, before they do these activisms, they're posting every day. Every day they're online posting. And as soon as they do these activisms, they don't post. They don't upload. Nothing.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? So I sit there and I'm like, what is going on with it? It's because some people can't handle. The way I grew up was 9 out of 10 people are going to tell you no, but it's always about that 10th person that's going to say yes.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I had to learn that the hard way.
Well, you were. It sounds like you were involved in church ministries. You said something about that kind of stuff before. Now, I've been involved in church ministry, and I think that Flat Earth is a lot like sharing the gospel.
Yeah.
It really is, because you're having to cold call people almost. It's called cold calling. You're cold talking to them. You're talking to them out of the blue. They're walking by. They're thinking about something else, and you have to start a conversation with them. Frankie B. Flat does a great job about it, because he has this approach, and he has the same method, and he'll say, do you want to know and he'll lead into it. Do you want to know what the biggest lie is on earth that everybody's believing it's a lie? And then he'll lead it up and let them guess a little bit.
Yeah. I saw those last couple of videos. Shout out to Frankie B. Flats. I hope his family's doing okay. They were in a little thing, but I hope they're doing okay. God bless them. And I wish them all well. And I can't wait till you talk to Frankie B. Flats. Frankie B. Flats is going to be on the air with us pretty soon, so I can't wait to have him on live with us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. He sent. I didn't get a chance to reply, but he sent me a message saying that he'll be calling me soon. So hopefully he gives me a call. So shout out, man. I did say something else the other day, but I wasn't referring to him. I was referring to somebody else there's another person who only got like a couple hundred subscribers. And they act like they're major or something, and they won't respond to me. And it's like, we're just doing lives. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I'm at 100. I've been staying, going up and down around 100, which is cool. If I had 100 people in a room with me, and I was able to hang out with them at one time, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Man, I'm at 2,500. I get 10 people, luckily, if I'm lucky.
Well, you'd have a big crowd if you had all your people in one house.
Yeah, but all all mine basically they're not into this. They came from the music side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna come check out Flat Earth.
They're just here to give you support.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, they might pop in once in a while and say, "Hey, Ike dog" or whatever, but that's about it. That's about all I'll get from them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they came over for KBLP LLC has 3,100 subscribers, and I got half of those over to me. You know,
Oh,
so it was pretty. That's pretty nice. You know what I mean?
right.
And then the rest came from a lot of flat earthers. You know, so. And a lot of new people are subscribing to me that are just hearing about Flat Earth. See, that's why, like me and All Around Flat, we were talking about prepping the other day and being a prepper, because I'm a prepper also. I know you're a prepper. He said, "Do you have any new information about prepping?" And I said, both, his channel's been around for a long time since he's a flat earther, and my channel's kind of new. I'm about 6 months old as far as the channel goes. And a lot of my listeners are new. So I really think that it's more important to start out with the bug out bag and getting them started with prepping, so that, the water supply, the 30 days of food, 30 days of water, 30 days of food. I think it's more important to start from scratch, even with the flat earth movement. I think
It's most important, honestly, when it comes out to being prepared, isn't having stuff. It's being able to survive.
yeah.
Because during a confrontation like that, you're not going to be able to stop and carry stuff. What you're going to do is be on the move, probably hiding from like tanks shooting at you.
Yeah, but there's
drones trying to kill you, or microwave towers from the 5G, or them spraying fire from the sky or something in the clouds. All they have to do is add one more chemical to that, and they could rain down fire.
definitely.
Getting used to being able to spray stuff up there. That's scary stuff.
Yeah, the other thing that I was saying though is the bug out bag and the bug in. That's what I was talking to him about.
Oh, okay.
So
It's good to have a few things. I think one of the most important things that you need is the ability to light a fire.
Oh yeah, that's another thing we talked about. Wet matches and windy matches.
Yeah, you get those Flintstone matches, the ones that it's flint, and you just rub it on the thing and it'll spark.
Oh, I remember you had your Flintstone on there when we first met. Remember, that's how we met like that.
Yeah, I know, and I see videos about the Flintstones, and it's just because that's the name of my guild too, which I had it as Flintstoners, and I didn't. I wanted to be a little bit more family friendly, because we're from Flint and we were all stoners, so we thought it'd be a funny play on words.
Yeah.
But then I got the S, and we just went to Flintstones instead of Flintstoners, or the R, I mean.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's like no, the good thing about the Flintstone thing is they're the ones that taught us about. I mentioned this already. We talked about this. They're the ones that taught us about the Masons.
Yeah,
they're the ones that taught us about flat Earth. I remember growing up watching these shows.
Yeah, we wouldn't have known all that lodges and Grand Poobah, and well, they even have their own chants that they do, and it's stupid play on it. It's just mocking them. You seen the new Mel Gibson's doing a series or something on Rothschilds?
Really? I didn't see nothing on that. I don't watch TV, or I don't watch any shows no more. I gave it all up.
YouTube. Yeah. When I do my searches, I subscribe to a lot of people, so I look through my subscriptions and I come across a lot of news.
Yeah, I watch YouTube channels, and that's about it. And I listen to podcasts. And like I said, I listen to I watch old cowboy movies. Just to. I don't want to be caught up in that simulation anymore. I won't even listen to music no more. Yeah, I still do on my radio show. I still do my old school music, like 60s, 70s, 80s. but I won't do nothing. I won't listen to any other kind of music.
Right. Well, yeah. When you're waking up to it, I grew up. My cousin was the same age as me, and he was into the music growing up. And he knew, like, when Guns N' Roses came out, he was like, "Oh yeah, there's this new album coming out. We need to go and get it." So the first day that Appetite for Destruction came out, we ditched school and went and got it. First ones. I didn't know about it until that day.
Really?
I didn't know that it was getting released. I didn't pay attention. He's like, he must read magazines and.
I was too young when those bands came out. Like I heard them later. I heard them all, but I heard them later. You know what I mean? When they first came out, I think I was just too young.
Yeah.
I think I was like in elementary schools. You know.
Oh yeah.
I didn't hear about Ozzy Osbourne until I was like in high school, I think. You know, so
I had a lot of cousins that were just a little bit older than me, stepbrothers that were just older than me too by like 8-10 years. So I got introduced to a lot of that older music early. Family that went to wars, Vietnam, and things like that. We used to go to, when I lived in Flint, there was this old guy, and he would play a harmonica and a banjo on his porch every day, just jamming out old blues. And it was like right downtown, just outside of town, and we would go and visit him. Grand Funk used to jam around our houses when we had all them houses because it was like a big party.
Yeah. Sounds like a great time, dude.
I was young then. I was like in kindergarten.
Wow.
First grade and stuff when I first started back there in that spot. Oh, yeah, I've had an interesting life. I think somebody should write a book.
I remember going to parties when I was like 7, 8 years old with my older cousins, like cake parties where they had the DJs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But back it was like disco or not disco. They were playing. It was like the music I played, like old school, like the music I like to listen to. Like I try not to listen to it no more, but it's like the 60s, 70s, 80s kind of style, like the not disco but like funk kind of music.
Funk, blues, jazz,
yes, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's more country blues almost because country was the first rap.
Yeah.
But
so,
blues, I
KBLP,
love the blues. I love the blues. I was in Memphis, and there was down at the park they would play, and they still do. I have a friend that goes down there, used to go down to the park and just play.
Yeah. We used to have blues and jazz on our podcast too, but he moved to a different station.
A friend of mine was just telling me like 2 or 3 weeks ago that he went to a restaurant. He's got a new job, but he's kind of broke. Wanted some coffee, and he said to the guy, "I'll play a song for a cup of coffee." And he actually did. He sat in his restaurant and played him a song just for a cup of coffee because he already had his guitar with him.
When I was out doing my activism for music, man, I'm just calling it activism. I used to trade my music for meals, man.
Right.
And people used to do it. They would because I'd be in Chicago or I'd be in Texas or I'd be at Whataburger and I'd be hungry and I'd be like, hey man, I got this music, I want to trade because let me get some food. And I'd always give them the benefit, the better deal,
Yeah.
And I'd get my meals. That's how I got my meals on the road. When we were on the road, because we didn't have but when we went on tour, we didn't have a budget for food. We had to make our money off our music.
Somebody'd be generous and give you something.
Yeah, we didn't even get the turkey sandwich backstage that they promised. No, I'm just joking. And turkey's my favorite. But shout out to Micah again and KBLP. They're supporting each other. That's awesome that you guys are doing that. Keep up the good work, guys. I am so happy that you guys are supporting each other. You guys are amazing. we got some good listeners, man. We got some good people who support us. So I guess I'll finish with my activism real quick.
Yeah.
Every time I start the activism, we start going back into the all kinds of other conversations. But it's cool. I'm like, we're just do this live. You know what I mean? So it's like the problem I've been running into is I've been doing lives like every other day, so I'm not getting the big numbers I used to get. Like I used to do lives like once every couple of weeks, and I would get really big numbers on them. And I noticed that since I do lives like every other day, I don't get those numbers anymore. Cause like I said before, like people like they pick like which ones they want to listen to. They don't just listen to every one. You know what I mean? That's something I learned with this.
Yeah, they'll pop in and see what you're talking about, and if it's maybe they'll come back and see if you change the subject.
Yeah, I know.
I know it's a lot in picking your title and just maybe staying on one. Like going back to the keep going back to the same. You're volunteering. I think that's interesting because I did see. What do you just go out and talk to people in a busy place?
Yeah, man. I just pick places and I go talk to people about flat Earth, man. And some people, I've been called moron and idiot and all those names. It don't bother me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just and a lot of times they're walking away saying it under their breath. They're not saying it directly to me to my face. You know what I mean? I'm a gorilla. I'm 300 pounds, over 6 foot tall. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they're not really saying it to my face, but I know what they're saying and I know what they're thinking sometimes. But like I said, 9 out of 10 people are going to tell you no. So I'm used to that.
Yep.
So the ones that stay and do listen, like the guys today, there was the two guys. They're from a drug rehab place. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. I got the pamphlet from them. They were out selling.
House, maybe.
Yeah, it's a sober house or something, and they were out selling banana bread.
Nice.
And they were giving out pamphlets. And one of them asked me, like, "What are you going through? What's the matter?" And I told him, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that stuff. And he said, "But it seems like something's bothering you." And I said, "Yeah, I'm kind of I'm in a little bit of depression." And then I started talking about flat Earth with him. And I said, I'm not in depression because of flat Earth. I'm completely down with flat Earth. I'm just the depression part is from the lies, you know what I mean, that have been told to us. And that's what I said. They started saying, just pray to God, pray to Jesus, pray to Jesus. They kept telling me this stuff. One guy was 31 and one guy was like 27 years old. So they were a little younger than me, And
were they Jehovah's Witnesses?
No, they were just in a sober house or whatever. They didn't.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because they usually go around twos like cops.
No, they were just out talking to people and selling their banana breads,
Banana bread.
Colorado's crazy, man.
My brother, he's got a kid that was born out there. He didn't know that he had a kid. He went out to Colorado. His old lady was like, "Come on out, I want to see you." And she nailed him for child support when he went out there and said, "You got a kid."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I don't want to get into that story.
The kid's in the military, right? My nephew, he's in the military, but I think he just paid off the child support.
Wow.
He didn't even get to see him until he was like 14.
I have a couple. I have 8 children, man. So I got a couple stories like that.
Yeah. I found out when I was like 10 that I had another brother.
So I went to
different mother, another brother, but from a different mother. That's how one of my brothers says it. Because I have a few. step brothers and stepsisters and real brothers and half brothers and half sisters. So yeah,
You got a big family, huh?
I got a large family. I was in a class one time and they was like, most people don't have more than 5 siblings. And I was like, well, I have more than 5 siblings if you count like marriages and in-laws, and that counts.
Well, I have the same thing. Who's that? How you doing, Andar Alaska? I'm sorry, I can't say it, but shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hello. I'll put a hello in there later. We got a new person that just joined in with us.
Yeah, cool.
I can't say the name though.
I think you got it pretty close.
Yeah, so I'm like I try to do my best. You know how we talk about 33 all the time?
Yeah. Because it's in so many videos, it's in our minds.
Well, here's the thing. This is the weirdest thing. There's 2 accounts of it. So I have 8 children, and they're from different women. And I've been to 33 other paternity tests. 33. They're not. None of those were mine. I wanted all of them. You know what I mean? I wanted all of them.
I've got two different moms. That's it. And I got a test on them. So there's 22. Is that a suspicious number?
22, I think so. Something 22 is involved with something. I don't know.
You know that some people that like numbers or dislike them say
the geometry.
Yeah, like what's 11?
1171 is the address for Kill the MC.
Yeah, well, the 1111, they say that there's suspicious groups that say that that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting fact about the 11s in my life. I was 11 pounds, 11 ounces when I was born.
Wow.
When my son was born, he was born on 11/11. Right.
Wow. So you got that in your life too.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting about numbers.
Hold on. We got a call. We got a caller, man. Hold on a second.
Yep.
Hello. Yo, what's going on? You live with Ike Diaz.
My name is Michael Mendez.
Michael Mendez, what's up? You used to know me back in the day. I'm online with Coffee House on YouTube, man. We're doing the podcast. What's going on, Spooky T?
Oh, you doing the podcast right now?
We're doing it right now, man. I've been calling you to do one.
Well, can I do it over the phone or what?
Nah, we have to get on YouTube live, man, and we can communicate. Say hello to Coffee House. He's live with me right now. We're talking Flat Earth.
Coffee House.
Hello.
This is Spooky T from my group that I've been talking to you about, my rap group.
Oh, nice.
Mile High now. It's Mile High Bobbin Coffee House. Yeah, we got my little brother Frankie. We're gonna be doing an interview with him pretty soon.
Yeah, I told him.
Yeah.
But he just be working a lot because it's like summertime. That's where the money's popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you were doing Flat Earth Live right now, dude. Let me know your feelings about buoyancy and density. We've talked about this before.
Oh man, I don't believe in that flat Earth shit.
He's crazy. Yeah, but you know what though? He says he don't believe in it, Coffee House, but he knows more about flat Earth than most people know about the globe.
Right.
I don't believe in that shit. The Earth is round. It's round. It's a sphere.
Even if you YouTube it, it doesn't. It says it's an oblate sphere, man. They don't even. They won't even.
Like a pear shape or something.
There's no.
How do you know it's a ball?
I don't know, dog. I just don't know, brother. I don't know.
He said he don't know. Because Coffee House said, "How do you know it's a ball?" And Spooky said he don't know. Well, we.
I just believe in God and Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Micah, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by, Micah August. Thank you for subscribing. And then, who's that? Sheila. Sheila, what's going on, Sheila? I appreciate you stopping by. So they're in my comments, dude. I get, or not my comments, in my inbox, man. I get my inbox. My inbox just went off.
Anyways, brother, I'll call you back. Call me back when you're done with your joint.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling, man. Thanks, dude.
Hey, Flat Earth America, bro.
Right on. You got it right, man. You got it right. Flat Earth.
Right on,
all right, man. Later, man. That's pretty crazy. Thank you, Micah August. I appreciate it. Team FE, where you at? Team FE. We got Team FE in the house, too. Micah August in the house. Team FE. Man, you got all kinds of fans. Are you bringing all these fans over, Coffee House?
No, I don't think it's me. I think that's you.
I'm learning from you, man. We gotta get on a regular phone call because I got the other computer and I want to be able to run it live 24/7. And I'm kind of confused on how to do it, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to set up.
Yeah. I tell, like I say, if you call in while we're live on the air, I'm going to put you on the air where you're going to talk about the FE movement. Whether you're a flat earther or a globe believer, I don't care which one you are, but you're going to talk about we're going to talk about the FE movement. Somebody else called the other day and they were just like shocked, like, oh, what are you talking about?
Hey, I'm gonna grab another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
I got to do this. I got to grab some pop. Ike Diaz live. Give us about 2 minutes, and both of us will be right back. We're gonna grab some drinks. Thank you, guys. Ike Diaz live. 2 minutes.
All right, I'm almost ready.
You're back live with Ike Diaz and Coffee House. It goes down. Make sure you subscribe to Coffee House. Make sure you subscribe to Micah. Coffee House, you back live with me?
Yeah, I'm almost here.
Okay. I had to give me some pop water.
Yeah.
Use the bathroom real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are all amazing. Micah, Team FE's in the chat. I wonder if Team FE got content on his. I haven't been to his channel. A long time ago, I subscribed to it.
FE?
Yeah, Team FE. I don't know if they got content or not. I subscribed to him a long time ago.
I think she's streaming you. No, that's just a liked video.
Oh, okay.
No, no content, just 14 subscribers.
They must be like me about 3 years ago. just down
here to socialize.
Yeah, just out here to socialize and learn about the FE movement.
I wasn't even on YouTube until the elections. I got bored of the politics, so I went over from Facebook over to YouTube and saw some of the controversies from Alex Jones type thing. You know, his charades.
Yeah.
Through the elections. And then all of a sudden I started getting into bored with that, and I just looked for some comedy, and then I came across, because I just wanted to laugh.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stress anymore. I was starting to stress about it and getting my bug out bag ready to hit the hills, and thinking that we're gonna, you know, have martial law at any moment, and that, you know, who knows what could happen. People were dying in hurricanes, and it was a bad and scary time in our country, I think. At least that's how I was perceiving it. It was pretty stressful, so I just wanted something to laugh about. And then this one guy was like, stupidest people on earth. He didn't even have any prelude to what it was about. It was just stupidest people. So I clicked on it thinking that maybe it was just somebody being stupid, and, you know, I'd laugh at it. But it was talking about flat earthers. I'm like, well, that's all. It's something to look into. It's not as stressful as the politics, I thought.
Yeah.
But I had already, and then I saw that there was a lot of memes starting to come up and videos, and I agreed with a lot of it. Some of it, I'm not into cliques per se, you know, like football teams, cheerleaders, chess club, all the, you know, high school stuff. Because when high school came around, I had learned in junior high here, I was in advanced classes. And when I went out to California, they put me back into basics. They didn't have my record, so they was making me start over.
Yeah.
In ninth grade, they was putting me back in basic stuff. And I was already in junior high and advanced stuff, so they was putting me backwards 2 years. So I lost interest in the school, and then they started teaching this evolution crap with the Alice bones in Palm Springs, and I turned my back on that right away. They started talking about it's been a long road, actually. When I was a kid, they used to say, they said on the news one time, you can prove that the earth is spinning by going outside and jumping up and down, you know, jumping up, and you'll land a little bit, a couple inches away, because the earth's going to spin under you. And they said this on the news. I remember when I was a kid, that was during the Reagan days.
Yeah.
When Reagan got shot, same era that was on the news, they said that. And I went outside and I tried it and I didn't move, and I knew right then that they were lying. It wasn't even what they told me, that was proof, and it didn't happen. But what can you do? You know, they're going to force you in school to learn what they want you to learn. You have to pass the test, get the conditioning. But through junior high, I guess, was my best learning years in school. Elementary school, I moved too much. High school, I moved too much. Junior high, I stayed in one place, and I learned a lot in that short amount of time. But I've studied more now that I'm out of school than I ever did in school.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going through the same thing, man. I probably read 2,000 books since high school, since I got out of high school or college. You know, I probably read 2,000 books. Really, I really have.
Oh, that's awesome. Not me. I probably read one book 2,000 times though.
Oh, I know what book you're talking about, because I study that book every day.
Right.
I got my journal and I study and I study and I study. I don't read it no more. Like people say, got to get in there and you got to read it. No, you got to get in there. You got to study it. You got to understand it. You know, when I was reading the Bible, I'm gonna say it, the Bible. When I was reading it, I was getting different interpretations of everything that it was saying. So from the pastors I talked to, they were saying study, study, study. So now I say I'm studying the Bible when I use a journal, and I don't go through that no more, where I get different meanings every time I read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, break down the words. I had when I first was born again, I was probably 19, and I was deep into drugs and drinking and partying. For years, I was doing meth and acid and all that stuff.
This is mine right here.
And I got into the Bible, and I couldn't get out. I was 3 days tweaking, reading the Bible, all kinds of different translations. I was just digging into it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop reading it. For years, I would read it every day, 10, 14 hours a day, and I'd study and study all the different history books that talked about it. I looked into all that, how to disprove, this is, Paul was an infiltrator and the King James is good or the King James is bad. I've looked at both the sides of that aisle, and I don't agree with either of them, all the way. I have my own opinions about it, and most people don't like to talk about politics or religion. Those are my two favorite things to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why they do it, is because the people that think deep about things can, just having conversations can change the world. That's what coffee houses were about back then. That's how revolution started, because people could get together and talk.
Yeah.
Instead of just being in their house and all they have is a propaganda. They got this letter that they slip under the door. Don't go outside or somebody's going to kill you or something. Don't talk to your neighbors because they're going to get you too. Right. They don't want anyone to know that, hey, there's some help out there. Maybe we can do something. I know that activism and the volunteerism, I see people doing audits. I wonder if people are doing audits of the chemtrail places where they're chemtrailing from, and actually going out there with some cameras and getting some information from people. See if we can stop it. How are we going to stop it?
Well, what gets me upset is that the confidence trails that people. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? How are you? The confidence trails that people that are up there. What gets me totally upset is that people deny it and say they don't see it. That's what really gets me. That's what really gets to me. You know what I mean?
Well, they haven't unplugged. He was talking about unplugging from the Matrix or from the
simulation.
The simulation. Yeah, you have to do that. I learned you remember when Clinton got into office, and on MTV they had this show called Liquid Television. You ever remember that?
The name sounds familiar, but I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, it was a very high intense subliminal show. Very subliminal. I could tell because I was, at that time a little sensitive to that stuff, being on the drugs that I was. But it was very subliminal.
Yes.
And there was a lot of MK Ultra type stuff, mind control things. And we know that they do that in everything, that the TV was created as a mind control device. They can even use it as a camera. And they made a law not too long ago that you had to upgrade everything to digital.
Yeah.
But because they can make your whole monitor into a camera. Everything. That's why.
Yeah, definitely. I can get into that just a little bit. I MC shows. I get booked. I stopped taking bookings about a year and a half ago, but I took the Arizona one so I can go see my little sister Desiree, and I can hang out with All Around Flat and Frankie B. So I took that booking in Arizona. So I'm still waiting on the dates for that. But what I can get into is before I knew about all this, Michelle, what did you say? Michelle, she said something to us. I couldn't. Did you read her message right now? Did you see Michelle's message?
No.
Oh, it popped up on the screen. I thought maybe, see, I get these inboxes. And she sent a bunch of messages right now. She's listening. But so what I could tell you about this, before I knew about the FE movement, before I knew about MK Ultra, before I knew about any of this stuff, I was out emceeing shows, and what I was taught was how to control the crowd with my voice, and I can make crowds do things on the, you know what I mean, just by what I say.
Right.
So basically, I was out there
practicing. That's a craft. It's there's a book on it, crowd something. I can't remember the term, but yeah,
so
that's interesting stuff too.
I've been in front of 5,000 people and controlled what they've done. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. I mean, to have that knowledge is good.
But it's bad though, because you're doing something wrong. Like it's something that the government did to people, and it's
no, it's not that. It's not even that. It's identifying a trait in people and exploiting it. Now, what your purposes of doing that can be good or bad. It in itself isn't bad, as the way they look at it. It's how you use it. You know, if you're helping everybody have a good time at a wedding or at a baby shower because you're, being entertaining, then that's okay. But it's just a part of our psyche. It's how we work, and they tap into it. And it's just a known thing. They know how to do it well.
Yeah,
the people you learned how. I mean, I don't know how to do that. Well, you have to do some kind of ritual before.
No, there's no ritual involved. It's just something. I talked about it with some people. Well, I learned from some other people who MC, and I picked up what they do, and I watched what they did.
Certain words that you use and ways that you put them in a certain order.
Yeah, and I went out there and I did the same thing, and I could put 5,000, 10,000 people under control, just by what I say,
I know some people that are very good talkers. I'm not very articulate. I may have some deep thoughts, but I can't put them together as well as some. I have a friend that's into DJing. He's got cancer right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's not going to make it too much longer. But he's a legend, man. I wouldn't even doubt that you've heard of him if you're into the scene. But he's more a Dennis Mitchell out of Flint.
Dennis Mitchell. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, Dennis Mitchell. He was big time here in Flint for years and years and years. So, but yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I've known his.
I've been there before because I was living in Chicago for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does a lot. His last stint was like doing bike runs, doing a lot of bike runs, benefits and things for people. So getting parties together is kind of. I know how to cook for a lot of people. And that's what I'm good at. I can make some mean biscuits and gravy. And chili.
That sounds good, dude.
But yeah, eating's important. We have to stay alive. So that's why I moved to Michigan. Is houses, you need shelter. It was hard to get houses in other states.
You could still buy houses down there for pretty cheap, huh?
I almost got one the other day, but my ex-wife don't want me to move there with my kid. It's in Flint and the water situation. So I'm outside of Flint right now.
Hold on real quick for me. Keep talking. Yeah. Just hold on real quick. Somebody's at my door.
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody's at his door. Well, I don't know if he wants me to keep talking about what I was talking about because I want to wait to show. 7 people here. Is everyone listening? Can you hear me okay? Is my sound up loud enough, or? Need some background music. I wonder if I can pull something up here. Let me see. I have a friend of mine was making some music so I can put in the videos. And I downloaded one of them. Hey, he's back.
Ike Diaz live. We live. My brother Brian just showed up.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna join us right now.
Nice.
So we'll have an extra guest on with us. Yeah, we got 2 dislikes. That's pretty cool, man.
Hey, we got some ups and downs. That's good.
We're moving up, man. Because I normally, I've been complaining because all we get is likes. Nobody will dislike it. So I'm like all happy right now. We got 2 dislikes. I'm like, let's go for it. 2 dislikes.
That was me. I was streaming the other day or a while ago, and somebody was on there just, you're boring. All you're doing is watching videos, and I was chatting with them. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I appreciate you making comments, and at least you're watching.
Then we got it all hooked up with 3 computers, huh? Are we going to be on?
We're on live right now. Brother Brian's in the house. Pull up a little bit, Brother Brian.
How's everybody doing?
Coffee House is on with us. Let me get him some headphones real quick.
Yeah.
Ike Diaz live. Hold on just a second. We're going to get my brother Brian hooked up with the headphones. Just give me 1 second.
Oh. I'm not much of a talker, so I'm just playing my friend's music. All right, good job. Play it again, Sam.
Ike Diaz live. We got Brother Brian in the house.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Coffee House. Could you hear Brother Brian?
Yeah, I can hear him.
All right, awesome. Could you hear Coffee House?
Yeah, I can.
All right. I just told him that you're from Flint, Michigan. He's from Chicago.
Oh, nice. Chicago. I lived there for a minute.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I kind of frequented the wrong areas for a long time. So
There was a liquor store there named 2020. Do you remember that?
whereabouts?
Man, I can't remember the street. Maybe it's Washington area. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
If it was Washington, that'd probably be maybe in the west side.
Maybe. I was there with some family. They had a liquor store out there, and I helped them run that for a while.
The liquor store I know, is on the south side. I know a couple of them. One of them is called Yo-Yo's. It's on Cermak and Levitt Street. It's right over there. It's just an old person that I know, an old friend of the family that I know from our neighborhood. But that's where I lived, in the south side of Pilsen. About three or four blocks away from 26th Street, where Little Village and the Latin Kings are. But yeah, that's the area I lived. I've also lived in Cicero, and then I started moving out to the pre-suburbs, which would be Brookfield, Lyons, LaGrange, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm one of the only persons from Colorado that could sit here and say they lived in Cabrini Greens before they tore them down. I can say that right now. I really did live there. I lived there with a buddy, and in his house, I was recording his album. I brought my studio out there to help him record his album. That's why I was living in Chicago just for a little while. And I really could say this. There was a hole in the floor, and you could see down to the neighbor's house.
nice.
For real, that's the way Cabrini Greens was. And I know you know what Cabrini Greens is, right?
No, tell me about it.
Oh, it's just a project that's in Chicago.
I wasn't there a long time. Now, my cousin went to high school, and he lived out there more I was only out there for a short time. It was interesting, though. I know they have a lot of underground clubs that we went to. There was clubs that were in like old buildings that you could go and hang out and party.
Yeah.
A lot
So
of people.
we got Brother Brian here. Let's, he actually got me back into the church. And the other thing with Brother Brian is, I've been talking to him about the flat Earth, and he finally came around to the confidence trails. Tell me how you feel about the confidence trails, Brian.
Oh, the chemtrails?
I call it confidence trails because the algorithm, so they don't pick us up, man.
Whatever they are, man. I thought they were.
You got them. You hit it right. That's what they are.
When I was younger, I thought it was jet fuel or something like that. That the plane was taking off, and then I would see it, and then I was like, "No, I guess they do that to control stuff. I don't know what, but I don't know. We're all screwed anyway, pretty much. There's so much stuff we don't know that's going on, But oh well, I just try to live it day for day.
It's barium, strontium, aluminum, and lithium. That's what they're spraying on us. And that's what it. So anybody, like if you're new to the FE movement, you can go to Dr. David Keith at Harvard University. You can go to Yale, and they'll tell you it's Solar Shield. It was originally called Solar Shield 2017. Now it's called Solar Shield 2019. So anybody who wants to look at that, go to Dr. David Keith, and he will explain to you what that is. So for all the new listeners. So Coffee House, you want to give me some of your information on that?
On the
the confidence trails.
It's stratospheric aerosol injections is what they call it.
Okay, yeah.
The military, they'll talk about that. Now, we were talking about the pre-mud floods and how the large trees may have greenhouse better. And I think that they're trying to mimic some of that because there's not enough of the big trees anymore.
Yes.
So that they're trying to shield us from the sun or the radiation from the sun or whatever. But that's what they're saying. That's what they say. But also, what about the Operation Fishbowl when they were blasting the dome with the nukes? So they caused damage to that. Maybe that's why they're trying to shield the skies to cover up the damage. Maybe another.
Yeah, that's a great theory, man. Because they were during World War I, right? They were blasting the dome, right?
Yeah, Operation Fishbowl, and I know Rob Skiba talked about that some. Other people have, but you can look at it yourself. There's still films on it, and you can look at them and just do the research. But operations that they did with the blasting the dome and the refuge that they made. When I researched the dome, one thing came up, and it was a dome that they made during those projects on an island, and they covered up all the old radioactive crap on this island and put like a 4-foot dome of cement over top of it. And it's been flooding, and it's all horrible. It's a horrible situation. But if you Googled or checked into the dome, it's called the dome, and it's tied to that very thing.
No, it's Ike Diaz live.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Brian's posting this on his channel on his Facebook, so people could join in with us.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends on it. I don't know.
But another angle could be that they're using that for Operation Bluebeam. There's a lot of signs in the sky, and people are seeing images coming through the clouds or whatever. So maybe they could amplify that to get people worked up. They want people worked up into a good frenzy.
Yeah.
I have a video on The Sky is Falling with Chicken Little. Well, they've been conditioning people to ignore that too. So what if they, like the flood came from the Milky Way galaxy is what they believe. For a long time, it was called the Rift or the Tear. Where
the tear in the veil, correct?
Yeah, tear. That's where the flood supposedly came from. That it's not a Milky Way galaxy. It's Milky Way, all right. it's a Milky Way that the flood came through. Well, if some of the insulation was drained, say it was a thick, lake pocket or something, and then it dries out, that's how we're going to get fire raining down from in Revelation. And Jesus talked about it in Matthew. Fire coming down. Daniel talked about it. Isaiah.
Yeah. He said in the end times it'll be fire, not. He said he promises that it'll be fire and not water this time, right? Is that what
Yeah. He won't judge the world by fire, water anymore, and it's going to be less than the judgment of the flood, which was 40 days of flood, right?
Yeah, but this 5G grid could turn into a whole fire thing. Maybe they're putting it together because of the scriptures.
Well, if it's electromagnetic and it all ties together, the dome damage, the geoengineering with your HARP, weather manipulation, the chemtrailing, all of it together.
Yeah, it's all combined.
Could, Operation Blue Beam, they can do a lot. They can do so many things. They have drones that are as small as, a pea that can kill you. There's crazy stuff out there. But yeah, it's interesting to look at. They want us to be afraid of them, but there's a scripture that says, don't call conspiracy what they call conspiracy. Don't fear them. We're supposed to fear him. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, but here's my thing, man. Everybody says you got to fear God and all that stuff like that. But in my heart, I feel like he's my friend. I love him. You know what I'm saying? So,
sure.
But Jesus, but I don't have no fear when it's time to talk to him. I'm ready to talk to him. I'm not saying I want to leave. I'm just saying if he came right now and said, I want to talk to you, I'm going to sit there and be like, happy to talk to him. You know
what if he comes a different way, though? If he came and said, hey, man, I want to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you, sure. But what if he comes with fire and judgment? And there's one scripture that says it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God.
Yeah.
An angry God, in other words. So what he's talking to is the other people. So if unless, of course, we're living in sin, which most of us are because we're fallen and it sucks.
Everybody's living in sin, I think. I don't think that even if we try, I mean, we're trying. So I'm giving up. I gave up a lot of. I gave up about 75% of everything I was doing because it was sinful.
You're not murdering anyone, are you?
No. No,
you're
nothing like that.
You're not stealing from people.
No. But I was out there with different women all the time, and just different things like that. You know what I mean? And drinking, and
I hear you there.
Just the lifestyle I was living was.
I was driving around Flint today and saw a couple hookers. I've never bought a hooker, but man,
I never have either. That's one thing I've never done.
Well, I have multiple times.
Brian's crazy.
I'll raise my hand for that.
I knew Brian was going to say something like that. I never have done that before. I've never had to because I have so many.
I dated hookers, but that's different. You're not paying.
No, but we all are sinful regardless.
I've been married. I guess that's the same, right?
What's that?
I've been married. You got to pay for your sex then too, in one way or another.
Yeah, I was married for 20 years, man. My wife left me.
Oh, don't talk about my divorce life. I've had a bad history there.
No. She left me for a better man. She left me for Jesus, so I'm okay with it. She left me for a good man.
Right? She needed to commit to God.
Yeah, she left me for him, so I know she's happy,
Right. Hey, as long as there's no animosity. I know God says that he hates divorce, and I believe that's true because we have to be violent to separate from a relationship, I guess, because there's a covenant and it's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
And that's why he hates it. But it isn't that he hates the people. He just hates the process.
Yeah, definitely.
He would rather you not get married in the first place, probably.
Pegboard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. but my situation is different because she left me for God. You know what I mean? So that's why I said I'm okay with it. You know, like if she would have left me for another man here on earth, I would have been really upset. I would have been hurt feelings because I love her. You know, I'm like I'm married for the rest of my life. You know, I'm never gonna remarry. Hopefully.
Well, that's cool.
You know, in my opinion, that's the way I feel. I don't know if it's gonna if it's if
If that's the way you feel and that's the way you want to be, then that's the way it's going to be. You know, you're gonna.
like I always said, I'm gonna live to 100 years old. You know, because of that situation. You know, I have to go through this alone now. You know,
Oh man.
you want to know what's funny is I'm gonna be 41 in November, and there I go giving out my age, and
I just make people do the math. I was born in 72.
Okay, you're right before you're little before me, so I know exactly. You're 46, gonna go on 47. What's that?
47.
47.
Yeah.
I'll be 50 on September 25th.
I had my first kid at 30, my second kid at 40, and I got this saying that I'm real nervous about 50.
Oh shoot. Brian just I don't know if you heard Brian said he's gonna be 50 in September.
This was September, yeah, the 25th. I'll be 50. I was born in '69. I should have been killed at least 5 times already.
I can agree with you there on my life. I shouldn't have made it. I was doing stuff that nobody should live through.
Well, I think I'm being punished, but oh well.
Oh, to live longer?
Yeah.
I gotta wake up and be grateful every day that I'm alive because I have 8 kids with kids already. You know what I mean? I'm going on 8 grandchildren, and I'm 41 years old.
Oh, that's cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Started early.
Huh?
You started early.
Yeah, I did start early. Yeah, my youngest is having a baby. She's 18 already. My kids are 18 to 27 already.
Nice.
Yeah, so I did start early. People trip out like, how'd you do that? That's why I told you I went to 33 paternity tests, and they weren't mine, but I wanted them to be mine. That's why I said that 33 is weird. And then they're trying to hit me for 44 more. So 44.
Right.
So I'm looking at these two numbers like they're really looking at me. You know, I don't feel like a TI, a targeted individual, but I may be. I don't know because look at the numbers, 33 and 44.
They have a list and they're checking it twice. And they're gonna find out if you're naughty or nice, man.
I guess with the flat earth, I've asked Brian how he feels about TIs before, and what did you say before about the TIs?
I like T.I. He's a good singer.
No.
I'm just kidding.
About targeted individuals.
Targeted individuals?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen any of the videos on
them? I haven't.
Okay, there's some crazy videos out there. Have you looked at any of those videos, Coffee House, the targeted individuals?
I've looked into it, yes. I believe that Stop the Crime talked about it a few times. A few other people have, but yeah, I mean, that's interesting. But why? I guess if you start naming names of people and they get, it starts getting personal, then I guess they would target you back.
Yeah.
So I think that it's probably more of the people that are naming names and really getting specific about, they're starting to scare the people in high places.
Okay, I did something in the earlier video. Like, I did a Kill the MC verse 2-pack. Who do you listen to? Right?
Okay.
So I guess somebody I knew went by Akil's page while he was live and said, Ike Diaz live did a video about you. So I have like 50 some likes on there or something and like 500 views or something, right?
Uh-huh.
And I could still see it in the analytics. I could take a picture of it and I could show it to you in the analytics. And the next day, there was only 7 likes on there and like 50 some views.
Oh.
And I was like, Kill the MC, you could have just called me and we could have talked this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, but it's cool. You know, I all I did was basically push people to listen to his music. That's all I did. You know, do you listen to Tupac or do you listen to Kill the MC? Which a lot of people say are the same person. You know.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of those things where you know, they say, you know, you'd have to look at them and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'd have to it's rap music and you'd have to see what I'm looking at. So I'm like, man, if they're gonna attack me for that, man, that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do these flat Earth videos, and then what I did notice is that day the numbers for the for the payout went down, but it killed the MCs was the highest as far as the monetization. It was. I looked at that and I was like, it shot up to the top, and then everything else dropped down. I'm like, that can't be because it don't even have all the views no more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I was like, how could that happen?
Well, they had the artificial intelligence. They like to be named like Taylor. They actually have personality. Kind of
Yeah.
go on Google and other algorithms because they
Yeah.
have community. But they like to be recognized as people. I usually try. I've watched some of the videos that gain contact and communication with them. They became targeted individuals.
Wow.
Because you can start communicating to them and change their opinion on stuff.
Because their algorithms are like Robert, Sam, you know, those kind of things, right?
Yeah, but they can adjust those with the matter of a ping, you know, and change their opinion on those AIs. They're still controlled.
Yes.
But yeah, targeted individuals is scary. Who's targeting you? That's the thing. I mean, is it all this Patriot Act stuff where they're after 9/11 was able to look for terrorists in any way possible? Every avenue. That one volunteerism person that I was telling you about online talks about how they deployed paid agents to troll the games because people were talking about the flat earth and political stuff in the games. So they have to, that you actually have to do little click, you agree to this when you're playing those games to let them, and if you read it, you'll see that they're really watching it close. They're,
Yeah.
if they suspect you of something on a game, they're there.
Yeah.
They're
When we get up to like a bunch of listeners, man, I already know it's AI. You know what I mean? Because well, I don't know. I'm growing now, so but in the beginning, when it would go up to a lot of listeners while I was live, I knew it was AI. You know what I mean, or bots or whatever.
Well, this is the thing with that is I was when I stream, I can look and somebody will comment, but it'll say nobody's watching. And then it's like somebody else will comment, and it'll still say nobody's watching. It'll say 0 viewers, but 2 or 3 people will comment. So you could be, you could have 20 people in there, and they'll show 2.
Yeah, that's what I go through because I'll be live and they'll be like, right now, let me see, I don't know. Let me see. There's 16 likes and 5 watching and 2 dislikes. Okay, but normally I have like 25. I'll have like 25 likes and 2 people in the chat, or 2 people. It says 2 people watching, and I'm like, there's no way that could be. I got 25. I got almost 30 likes on some, and I only got 2 people in the chat. So I already know something weird's going on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of it's people will pop in and they'll do it just to give you a like and then we'll leave.
Yeah. Well, that's nice of them. You know what I mean, for doing that. But I'd like them to stick around and comment and stuff because I end up staying on here. Like I said, I always come on and want to do a 10, 15-minute podcast, and I end up on here for 3 or 4 hours, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eating pizza now. Sorry.
You're eating pizza now? That's cool. So, Brian, what do you think about the Flat Earth movement? Do you think it's growing? Do you think it's what's your take on it?
really don't. To tell you the truth, I don't know too much about it. You know, I know that it is flat enough. You know, the only places I've traveled to is
It's all flat.
I've traveled a lot of places because I did you know, some vacation time, federal time, and stuff like that. So I went from Alaska along the coast all the way to Seattle. I would fly back from the ports and stuff like that. And I drove to Illinois and, you know, from Colorado. And, you know, I know the USA's flat, you know. I know the mountains are a little higher, you know, because I feel my engine or my car when I go to the mountains. But I don't know. I mean, I can't really tell you. I mean, I'm not into it all, you know, that much. I really don't care. This is what I really care about, whether it's flat or not or whatever. It's cool, you know. Today I was listening on the radio and they said in Sicily, Italy, I don't know how flat that is out there, but
It's flat.
In Sicily, Italy, you can buy houses that need repairs for $2 to $4, and you had to buy $2 to $4 today. They were saying on the radio.
Let's go.
In Sicily, Italy, if people want to move, and you would have to put a $4,000 to $5,000 investment in the homes that are still there in Sicily, Italy. So that's what they had broadcasting. People are buying it up like crazy, you know. But I mean, I don't know, flat Earth, you know, that's cool. If it's flat, whatever. What I'd like to know, whether it's flat, round, or whatever, you know, or what they told us, you know. I just like to travel, man. I'm getting too old. You know, I'd like to travel, and if I had the money, I would like to go to Italy.
Yeah,
you know,
I'd like to go myself, dude.
I'd love to go to Italy. I mean, look, Italy's still standing. A lot of the structures or whatever you call it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's 500.
There isn't as hard, maybe, if you got a few people together. I was looking at this site called freeboats.com.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of old sailboats and stuff you can get. Did you hear about the story of the guy that just sailed the Pacific on a kayak? Yeah.
He must have stayed along the coastline, though.
Yeah.
Not went too far out.
Well, you have to cross an ocean sometime.
Yeah, you do. I guess so.
Wow, that'd be man. I've been in the ocean before. It's hard to swim in there, man. I used to live in California, man, and we used to go to Santa Monica Beach, man, and we used to go. What's that other beach called? The one everybody goes to, like to work out.
Oh, Venice Beach.
Venice Beach, yeah. We used to go to Venice Beach.
So all the bodybuilders.
That's where I'm saying. That's where I was.
I was out in Venice Beach. I was there when they was filming White Men Can't Jump.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Gotta love that movie, man.
And some of that filming when they were doing some of that show.
I thought that show was based like in Detroit or Chicago or something, though.
They had a couple scenes out there.
But where was it supposed to be based in? Chicago or Detroit, right?
I don't know.
It was based in California, actually, I believe.
I don't remember.
I know I was out there in Venice Beach.
So long.
Basketball Diaries, I think.
During that time, so
New York.
Pretty cool.
I don't know, man. I mean, I know there's information withheld. There's tons and tons of stuff that are withheld that we are just, you know, like the child vaccinations. How Bill Gates' kids do not get child vaccinations because he knows information about the stuff they give us in the child vaccinations. I mean, that's just one thing. I mean, you know, so
that's algorithms right there.
Oh, what's that?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you got it right. He's hitting it on point. I just told him about the algorithms on that one.
Did you get mad?
Yeah, they pull channels for that. What you're saying, dude.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's okay. Just to stay the flat Earth stuff, dude. But that's good. That's a good conversation. We could do it on KBLP, LLC. Yeah. He hit a good topic, Coffee House.
Yeah, I heard.
But I just want to. I don't want my channel.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but it's the truth, man. He's pushing the name that he said. I'm not going to say it out loud. He's pushing them on everybody, but he won't give them to his family. But that's the last thing I'm going to say about that. I don't want to mention any names. You know what I mean? Just like Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is doing the same thing.
Yeah, they'll give it to him in a different way. Instead of giving it to him in one shot, they'll do it in like 15.
Well, there's also all kinds of marketing out there. I mean, everything. I mean, everyone's got a quick con, quick scam and stuff like that. I see through a lot of that BS. I'm a simple man, just like the song, simple man, and that's about it, dude. I'm glad with shelter or whatever, shelter, shower and stuff like that, bar soap, whatever, and some food. I mean, they always got the beat thing that they have. Super beats. I'm like, super beats. I mean, I ate beats for 3 years in the feds.
Right.
Before I mean, there's the latest and greatest thing, to make everybody feel better or whatever. Pretty much stay off the dope, stay off the drinking and getting drunk, and if you're gonna use dope, then use it moderately, and that's about it. My thing is just super beats and the latest thing and this and that. There's all kinds of stuff out there, so. But flat Earth, shit, it'd be nice to fucking if it is. Oh, my bad. Sorry for swearing. A flat Earth, I wouldn't mind taking a boat ride, a straight ride.
It is a straight ride, because if you watch a boat go out into the ocean, and it disappears, right? You think it's going over the curvature.
Yeah.
But if you have a P900 camera, that boat stays in view. So you just continue to go. It's continued flat. You're not going on no round surface. You know what I mean? You think you're going on a ramp. You think you're going over curvature, and you see curvature. But if you have a P900 binoculars or something, you can see that it's straight ahead through the horizon, man. Am I correct, Coffee House? Or
Even if you had just better vision than normal and you can see far away, you can see past that 3 whatever square mile away.
8 inches square per mile.
They say that they were teaching that it was almost 3.5 miles or whatever.
Yeah.
And it would dip. I was standing at the ocean. I was talking with a friend way back then about the curvature and how you can see further than they say. And I've walked on foot. I've traveled. And when your friend, I forget his name. What's his name?
All around?
No, that's here with you.
Oh, my name's Brian. Big B.
Brian. Yeah, sorry. Brian, when you were mentioning traveling, you know what that means is when you travel a distance, that's usually a measure of a man.
Yeah.
The more that you travel, they say that the more that you've experienced, the better perspective you have on life. The more that you've seen of different cultures, and you can understand people. I've met people personally that has spent all their life in a house and never seen past the party store at the end of their street.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to say I've forgotten more people than most people have met. Because there's a lot of people that have maybe met 150 up to 150 people that they know in their life.
Yeah.
And, people that get around in crowds, you can meet that many people in a day. If you get around people where they're at. I was downtown Flint just driving friends around and doing things, and went to the store, and there was all kinds of people around there. There was those people driving cars and walking around. You can talk to them anytime you want. You just have to have a subject that you know well enough to share.
Well, Brian, remember we were talking about me going to these shows and talking in front of all these people? Well, Brian's been to a lot of shows with me. He can tell you about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it, I'm usually running around doing this and doing that, whatever, trying to live life. And but I like to go to those once in a while, I mean, here and there.
When I was doing, like I said, the FE movement a year and a half ago, I've been in it for over 3 years, but a year and a half ago, I just stopped doing these shows. How long has it been since we did a show? About a year and a half?
It's been about a year and a half, yeah.
Yeah. I just stopped. I just couldn't do it no more because the depression got to me over the lies from NASA, the government. You know what I mean? The same guys, the same guys we're sitting here talking about.
Yeah, they get it paid. And there's more of them that are all rich, and they all have all these toys and trucks and guns and equipment for the government that they've been buying for each other. warehouses of it. I look on the auctions for the military equipment, and they're selling stuff for $5 that would cost me $1,200 for the same thing, and they're like got a surplus of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
A warehouse to put things in, I could be rich. But
Look at the
that they have.
Hey Zach, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Well, look at all the weapons and machines they left in Iraq, man.
Yeah, they just abandoned the stuff. What about that turning in the clunkers when they cashed for clunkers? And they took all those cars and they, ruined them. They poured this crap in the engines to seize them, and they trashed the cars. And they only took in cars that were good enough to be used. They took all the best cars. People that tried to bring in older cars couldn't.
Really?
Yeah, all over here. They just couldn't. They were like, yeah, that's...
I know we had something for that, like in the 90s, right? Here in Colorado, right?
Yeah, cash for clunkers.
Cash for clunkers or something like that?
Yeah. I mean,
they trashed hundreds of thousands of cars and offered them lower gas mileage cars. And they waste. I do a job. If I do a job and I'm around the government job, I do drywall. So sometimes I get around bigger buildings, and they'll waste so much. I've been into insurance jobs where they'll take the whole house. Sprinklers went off in it. TV every corner, fireplaces galore, probably 6 of them in the house, cabinets everywhere. All they got is a little bit of water damage. They got it and bring in 8 big long trailers and they throw everything away and you can't touch it.
Yeah, it has to do with the fiscal something or some kind of thing every year.
Yeah, corporations are retarded.
Yeah, I mean every year or every 2, 3, 4, or 5 years. They update all their computer equipment and they throw it all out, good or running or not, and then it's not. Yeah,
they got to wash that money out somewhere. I was doing a job for somebody, toilet flooded, and they just wrote a check for $30,000 to remodel, tear up the brand new wood floor. Why not? We have to use this money up.
They do that here where I live, man. They take out brand new stuff and put in brand new stuff.
Yeah, because they got to use the money or they'll lose it.
Yeah.
Get it again next year if they don't use it up. Government just did that. They spent like $15 million on lobsters.
Lobster. Is there still lobster in the ocean? Or is all that like fake lobster?
Well, yeah, why not? They have all the shoreline of Antarctica to fish in.
Yeah.
I seen a lobster that was about this big. It was I think it was a 15-pound lobster.
It was a gorilla lobster.
It reminds me, your hands up talking about fish reminds me of a joke.
Okay.
You ever heard of the story of the one-armed fisherman? I don't have my camera up, so just hold one arm up. One of you guys hold one arm up, and he says, I caught a fish this big. Yeah, he caught a fish that big because he's a one-armed fisherman. So
okay.
Oh, did you get it?
Okay, I got one for you. What did the blind man say as he walks past the fish market in the morning? He says, "Good morning, ladies."
All right, man. I'm gonna have to close it up. Coffee House, man. This has been awesome, dude. It's great. It's great broadcasting with you, doing these lives, man, and we have a great time. We still got 6, 7 people in the chat, man. But I'm gonna close it down for today.
Dinner time.
Yeah, I got to actually go eat something too.
It is dinner time. I just got back from the gym, so I'm hungry right now. So.
All right. Yeah. All right. I think I bought Ike a pizza, but he left, so I don't know. Is it in there still?
I don't know. I didn't eat shit. Man.
Yeah, I bought him a pizza.
Well, Coffee House, it was nice seeing you. How's the water? I was going to ask you about Flint, Michigan. I mean, all the lead piping and stuff. They had that out here in Colorado in the late 80s, early 90s. Over here, a lot of projects over here. But I mean, what do you guys got to do? Do you have to do bottled water all the time or what?
Yeah, there's distribution areas, and there'll be lines of cars, probably 10 blocks, and going around corners even further.
Wow.
And they'll give out, they have pallets, whole truckloads of bottled water. So if you don't have a car, you don't really have any luck.
You could still shower with it though, right?
With the bottled water?
No, you could still shower with the
No, they'll use bottled water to clean stuff. No, they're roughing it. I know 2 people right now that don't have water at all.
Wow.
They have no running water in their house.
And I was, jeez.
People that I know personally. Let alone other people that I know around. All I have to do is go and visit some people. I can go through Flint, and every other house is either burnt or boarded up. And then there's whole blocks that are torn down. People have been moving out. It's funny. I got to move here real soon. It's not real funny, but I have to move by the end of the month because my ex needs the house back. I'm renting from my ex. Bad idea, but I was doing it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Adam and Eve didn't get married. They were living together, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to live with my ex. It'd be bad. But
well, Coffee House, it's awesome, man. Thank you very much. This is Ike Diaz live. Coffee House. I'll give you a call later if I get a chance. And
Coffee House.
So I can figure out how you do the live stream, because I want to do 24/7.
Yeah, that's
I got enough videos to do 24/7. So I need the help with that. So I'm going to be giving you a call if that's okay.
All right, I'll give you a tip right now on that. There's this program called OBS.
OBS. Hold on, let me write it down real quick. Okay.
There you go. Check that out.
Okay, I'll check. It's obs.com or something, or
OBS. It's a broadcasting program. So what it does is it's all built in, and all you got to do is I'll talk to you about it more later, but you can download that. I'll send you a link.
All right, sounds good. Ike Diaz live, Coffee House. Big Breezy in the house. Thank you all for checking in. Thank you everybody in the chat. We got 10 people in the chat now that we're leaving. Have a good night, guys. Have fun. Thank you very much for tuning in. Check out the next Ike Diaz live.
Just say no.
Just say no. Ike Diaz live.